had to delay their album.
I know, bro. I'm serious.
He talk about 40, he got sick or some shit like that.
That guy got like sickle cell or something, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, so you can't even like
make
you can't
fun of
even
it, yeah, exactly.
you can't make fun of it because he's
They
really
know.
sick.
Because he actually really sick, yeah. So you know what?
Yeah.
We'll keep playing. Wait till November 4th, bro.
But you already know they trying to get out that way. Taylor Swift still doing crazy numbers too.
Yeah, I heard she did what, 1.5 million?
Yeah, the first
I don't listen to a single Taylor Swift record, yo.
Same. I don't even think I ever heard an album. Like I heard a few songs before, but never listened
Maybe
to
a
an
few
album.
songs in passing for me. But I haven't heard no
That new Jeezy shit is hard.
fire.
Yeah.
I'm not even
I
a
was-
big Jeezy fan, but when I was done well. Like there's like Jeezy records that I love a lot, but I never grew up like a big Jeezy person. You know what I mean? But that shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my cousin, he used to play Jeezy all day in the crib, all the time. As soon as this album came out, like I heard the first song, and I immediately stopped it, and I sent it to him. I'm like, bro, this nigga Jeezy back. Like this nigga Jeezy is back on that shit. Cause for a minute, he wasn't talking about like, a lot of the street stuff. And I understood it, you know what I'm saying? He was in a different phase of his life and he wasn't doing that shit no more. But he had to bring it back for us one time. But, you know what I'm saying? Let the streets know what it was.
Talking about the snow, all that.
Yup. It was perfect because it's like a themed album, like a themed project. So I think it's okay for them to go back into their element when it's a themed project like that. Like when Jay-Z did American Gangster and shit. Like he was talking that street shit that you know what I mean? So that shit was dope. Oh yeah. Man. Oh, let me tweet out the stream. But on that Modern Warfare 2 this weekend?
We on that, bro. You better pull up one of these days, bro. You just
I'm there. I'll be there Saturday. I'll be there Saturday.
For sure. You
Yeah.
just pop in and see us play.
I'm playing a live stream anyway, so I'll just pull up with y'all and then live stream that shit. So I still got to beat the campaign. I didn't even beat that shit.
Yeah, me too. I got to that sniping mission. I'm still working on that, Joe.
Oh, I think we ended off at the same mission then.
Yeah, the sniper mission. Yeah. Yo, the game is actually. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just that I haven't played Call of Duty in a long time. But visually, it looks incredible. At least to me, I'm playing on PC.
It do.
Visually, looks incredible. I don't care no.
It do look
I think
good.
that's actually a step up from 2019. And the controls are like, to me personally, I'm not no COD aficionado or anything like that, but the controls are like extremely sound. Like it feels really good to play. And I think that's like one thing I would give it to Call of Duty that like, I know people complain about it a lot, but I would give it to them. Like their controls are usually like pretty on tight. So I'm playing the campaign, I'm having a blast, right? And I like how like the mission structure, it varies. Like each mission, it feels like it is taking you somewhere. It's giving you like a different element of like warfare. And like one of the missions, you're flying up the plane and shooting the grounds and shit like that. One of the missions, you're doing stealth shit.
The close quarter combat stuff.
Like I like how they broke down the missions. Like every mission so far has been different. I don't know how long the campaign is. Probably closing to the end. I don't expect it to be long, but I've been enjoying that though. I've been enjoying that shit, yo.
I was looking it up how long it was because I wanted to see how far I was into the campaign. It seems like where I left off when I streamed was like halfway through it.
Just halfway through, yeah. So it was a short experience.
So
I'll probably run it back on realism.
I was trying to play that shit. They said somebody said your sound is low.
Mic check. I'm like, let me turn this shit up. Yo. Hopefully it sounds better. Hopefully I sound cool. Hopefully J-Main sounds cool.
Yeah, you got louder on my end too.
Yeah, let's go. All right, and I'll speak up a little louder. We live, J-Man, so we might as well get started. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. We back, baby. Let's go. I'm fucking excited, y'all. I'm just doing this shit.
So today, I'm here to announce that J-Main will be coming on this journey with me. for good gaming, bro. So
I signed the contract.
he signed the contract. He signed the term. He back.
Yeah, I'm saying the ink is dry. You know what I'm saying? The secret is, you know what I mean? It's no longer a secret. I'm here, baby.
The boys are back.
Let's get it.
Half the boys are back. And I know some of y'all probably curious, saying like, yo, you know, why not bring the whole podcast back, Jamie? Why not bring that back? But
good question.
I gotta say, I can't afford Jack Johnny, man. You already know he shoots for money. Number one, I can't afford Jack Johnny.
His cholesterol ain't the only thing that high. That nigga charged a high fee to be on a podcast. We can't afford that nigga. Not enough room for him.
Ever since the Patreon like kind of dried up and we closed it down, bro. This guy said peace, bro. He ain't want nothing to do with us no more. You know what I mean?
He don't even communicate in the DMs no more.
He's like, I'm out.
I said, damn, his first shit came attached with a bag. I understand.
I know.
It came attached
I
with a bag.
I respect it. So I can't pay for Jack back. That's number one. And you already know what Alex is doing. Alex is out here shining like a bright star, man. Mr. Hollywood himself. You know what I mean?
Mr.
So he's doing his
licking
thing.
Steam decks and shit.
Yeah, taking his shirt off on the live stream. First of all, you know what I mean? I want to keep my connections with PlayStation and Xbox right now. I can't let Alex be doing all them wild things out here, J-Man. You know what I mean? I got to keep that. But the boys are cool. But this good gaming has always been something I envisioned it to be something different. You know what I mean? J-Man, have you been looking around at the scope of the podcast game? Man's going on for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Listen, my life is about to change drastically in a few months. Some of y'all already know. If you don't know, got something on the way. You know what I mean? Special bundle of joy on the way.
Some cooking in the oven.
Some cooking in the oven. So my life is gonna change drastically, and I can't do those long format type of shows anymore. So that's not gonna be a thing. So I always envisioned that good gaming was gonna be, you know, a smaller show, a shorter show, and obviously having less people does help with that, so it doesn't get drawn out for too long, because you know people like to get the yapping when they get the opportunity. So it's gonna be target. Go ahead, JV.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say basically that I pretty much like saw this coming for you even back when we was doing PSP, because even when I would do topics and shit, you'd be like, nobody want to hear about some of this shit. Like when I be gathering topics and shit, you focus on like the big heavy hitters,
the big ones. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So that makes for a precise show and shit like that, and
and
perfect for the one-on-one shit.
Exactly. So we ain't gonna be going over every single thing that's going in the gaming community, but more so of the topics that we're more passionate about and the big heavy hitter topics that are happening. And it's gonna be a shorter show. I'm also working on putting the show Good Gaming on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify. So look forward to that. If you can't catch the whole thing here, I am gonna be expanding it on those platforms as well. And hopefully you enjoy the show. Once in a while, we're gonna have a guest to come and chop it up with us. We're gonna like get one guest to come chop it up with us, but it's mainly gonna be a me and J-Man show. And I already even spoke to J-Man. Like the dynamic of the show is not me asking J-Man what he thinks anymore, bro. I'm done with that. You know what I mean? I don't want to typically be the host guy. So this is a me and J-Man production now. He's going to be bouncing off topics to me. I'm going to be bouncing off topics to him, and we're going to have a good conversation about what's happening. You know what I mean? I'm not taking no role like, oh, I got to announce it. I'm just seeing what people think anymore. You know what I mean? We're going to be just having nice conversations like that. And hopefully you guys enjoy the content. I think you guys will, because me and J-Man always had a good, you know what I mean, chemistry together, dog. And you never know now.
That's where it started.
You never know, yo. As time goes on, he's actually the closest to me as well. We always could do one day a link up for a special and do a live podcast and shoot some content for you guys. So
I got my paperwork in order.
Yeah. I could pull up to Albany. He could pull up to Toronto easy. It's only a 6-hour drive, and we can do some dope shit together. So hopefully you guys enjoy this good gaming. You know, I've been doing it, changing out the co-hosts. You know, some were great co-hosts. It was a good conversation, but I think I'm ready to get back to talk to, you know what I mean, my guy, bro. I'm gonna get back to my guy, and I'm glad that he's here pulling up with me. So thank you, J Man. And yo,
Yes,
we're
sir.
gonna, it's gonna be dope, man. We're gonna be dope. We're gonna be dope.
Get into it, man. I didn't just happy that your schedule freed up again.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Life ain't as
we could do this.
crazy, and so it's a good time for me to do a nice short format show, and this is perfect. All right, so I do see the super chats. I appreciate it so far. Everyone who's supporting. You know, the simple thing you can do. You know, it's gonna be a climb up back up to where where we want to be. So a simple thing you could do is just hit the like button. I would appreciate it, and share the stream on Twitter or something. Just just hit the share button, and that's all you can do. Make sure you guys subscribe.
And your grandmother about it. She ain't got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure y'all subscribe to J-Man because he's gonna be also creating content with the good game and stuff too.
Yes.
Clips, good moments, highlights, all that dope stuff. So make sure you subscribe to J-Man as well. His link's gonna be in the description in the show. All right, so let's not waste too much time and let's get to the shit. So what? I'll give you a point, bro. Where are we starting off, bro? I'll give you a point.
I want to talk about this Helena, whatever. What's her
Helena
name?
Taylor? Helena Taylor?
Yeah.
She lied.
She lied. Listen, and y'all niggas worshipped her. It was time worshiping her, ready to give up their whole lifestyle just to boycott.
Crazy.
Listen, I couldn't believe my eyes. Niggas jumping off the porch for this situation on both sides. Like whether she was lying or telling the truth. Just wait for the facts. But yeah, let's start there. We gotta.
You know what?
There.
You're saying wait for the facts, but Jamie, let me tell you something. I was never gonna cancel Bayonetta 3 pre-order, bro. If the facts came out that she was only getting 4 bands, or the fact that she lied, bro, guess what? I was copping that anyways. Because let's keep it a buck. I'm not one of these people who's going front and do this like virtual signaling. I believe that's the phrase. And front like I'm losing sleep. Jamie, the reality of the world is mans get fucked every day. Mans get fucked every day. If I took my black ass and came to Twitter, J-Man, I'd be like, yo, these mans are fucking me. I'm gonna need all my boys to come out here, everyone on Twitter to come out here and say, let's boycott these mans. You know what they'll say to me, yo? Fuck out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. That's exactly what they would say. So for me as a consumer,
saw
bro,
with Monique and Netflix, motherfuckers was like,
bro,
I'm watching Stranger Things when that next season. I don't know what the fuck she talking about.
I'm minding my business. I'm telling you the truth. I'm minding my business. You know what I mean? I'm minding my business. I was going to enjoy Bayonetta regardless. So that's how I always stood. But it was definitely funny, like you said, watching people's like go off the porch. You know, shout out to Dreamcast guy, bro. This man went crazy, bro. This guy went crazy. I'm boycotting the game. How can they do this? He went crazy, fired up the content, the video, dropped some content. Tutus, he had to circle back. He had to circle back to the blog and be like, I was wrong, bro. You know what I mean?
It was like the next day. Like, the video wasn't even 24 hours old before he had to come back around and then say, you know what I mean? That's why you don't jump off the porch like that.
Yeah,
you just like you said, like I understand. Like that's why I said when the situation first came out, I watched all 4 videos of what she had to say, and like I was like, you know what? Like she felt like they lowballed her, and I get that. Like I'm here for people to express their feelings. Let it be known that listen, we ain't standing for us being paid this much. The game is worth this. However much she felt it was worth, I should be getting paid that. I'm cool with that. But like you said, that's not going to stop me from enjoying what I feel like I want to enjoy. That's it. I'm going to retweet the video for you. I'm going to also wait for more facts to come out so I can get my story straight so I can figure out what side I'm going to be on with the situation. Because I want to be out here looking damn foolish like people who still, siding with her after facts came out, after she done lied and came back and clarified that she lied, even though I don't even think she realized that. But still, it's like, I'm going to chill and just like give my thoughts on it, but I'm not going to be here like trying to boycott shit over stuff like that.
The funny thing is the conversation she brings up is a good conversation. It's too bad that it's muddied by the whole situation and her not being full transparent. Because the funny thing, J-Main, is if she came out and said that, and gave her the real figures, how, Platinum came out and said that, no, we're offering you 3 to 4K per session, and there was going to be like at least 5 sessions. Right. So we're talking about somewhere about like 15K or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So if she came out and said that initially, and she said that, yo, these games go on to make millions of dollars. They're only paying me 15K to do the voice acting gig. Even I personally think, voice actors probably could they probably could pay a little bit better than that. You know what I mean? If it's someone like, you could do a little bit better than that. I know Bayonetta's not no huge franchise, but it would have rung the same conversation. You know what I mean? Like, people would have still had that conversation, and I'm pretty sure people would have still sympathized with her if she came up and said, yo, they're only trying to pay me $15K to do Bayonetta. I think people would have sympathized it, but the way that she recorded a video and she left out certain information saying, oh, they only offered her 4 bands. That's like some slave labor type of shit. Like, that's ridiculous, right? That's ridiculous. So now that we're getting more information, the other voice actor is speaking. Kamiya, what's the name? Kamiya or whatever. Going crazy on Twitter, get blocked. He got removed, suspended. Yeah. I think he blocked so much people he got suspended or some shit like that. Some crazy shit.
Boy, what's going
on?
Crazy.
Now after
he
all
known for blocking people too, so I know that his block hammer was crazy.
Yeah.
That shit was sick.
So taking it. So after all of that, just for more details to come out, it just puts you in a really bad light, and your message doesn't come across while you're telling people to boycott a game, and you're telling people to take such a strong stance for you, but you not even being transparent with the people. So I don't know how you work. It worked like that. So, like I said, I was never going to plan. I'm not going to pretend like I was planning to boycott the game. Either way this went, I was interested in it. I'm going to buy it. I'm pretty sure a lot of fucked up things happen in the workplace that we don't see behind the scenes in these studios. And we still enjoying these games, bro.
Or even products that we use on a daily basis.
On a basis,
phones,
exactly. Sneakers.
All types of sneakers, stuff like that. We done heard about all the labor that be going on overseas.
Yeah, we heard
like that.
So I'm not going to pretend to be this incredibly fake. Look, how I personally see life is like, you got to pick your battles, man. Now everyone can fight that's how I personally see it. I can't fight everybody's war. You know what I mean? I have to pick my own battles, and I could choose, and I'll do that. What's right for everybody's own moral, their own morality. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you can do that makes you sleep at night, that you find, right? And for me, I have no problem buying Bayonetta. I'm gonna sleep like a baby playing that game tomorrow, bro. You already know.
I didn't even know it was a new voice actress.
That's the crazy thing, bro.
I watched all the trailers, but I didn't take it in. I did not beat the first 2 games. I'm not this huge Bayonetta fan. I beat the first 2 games. I saw the 3rd trailer, and I didn't even they didn't even come to my mind that it was a new voice actor. I guess she was on Twitter a minute ago saying that they haven't contacted her about reprising her role as Bayonetta yet. And then they came out with the new trailer, so people was like, "Oh, that's probably a different person." I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. The new chick sounds great.
She sounds fine.
I never tripped off video game voice actors when they change, as long as it sounds good. Now, if it sounds bad, then I'm gonna be like, hold up, this shit is ass. Why did y'all change it? But even Kratos, when they went from T.C. Carlson to I don't even know the new dude name. What the fuck is his name? I forgot.
But the big black guy.
Yeah, he still sounds good. There's some lines where it's a little bit off, but it's not bad. It's not bad overall, to the point where I'm like, damn, they should have kept T.C. Carlson for the whole thing. Plus, it's an older Kratos and shit like that. So
I was just about to say that when you were finished. I was about to say that. I feel like it kind of makes sense, because as Kratos ages, obviously your voice is different than you were when you were in your youth and stuff like that. Everyone's voice changed, so it kind of fit. I know people I see Hard 8 in the challenge. I know people like him had a huge issue with the way Kratos sounds and shit like that. But that type of shit, it never really bothered me to sound like it never really did anything. I think he does his performance great for God of War. I think he did great. So some
of my favorite performances in God of War history came from that man. So in that game alone. So that's the thing for me. If the voice acting ain't bad, I'm not gonna trip. She like I said, she lied or she wasn't fully transparent with the situation. And I think she did that on purpose. That video she posted up had millions of views. And to be honest, the pre-orders went up. I don't know if she know, but the pre-orders went up for that game. So it kind of backfired, but she did have some people on her side, but it's once I found out she wasn't being fully truthful, then I'm done. Fool me once, you know what I mean? Fool me twice, I can't put the blame on you no more. It's it's over for her.
You didn't hear from me. Yo, word around town, she was liking some blue lives matter type of tweets. So I didn't hear from
they dug up something quick.
Oh, yeah.
That Twitter search bar is dangerous. You gotta be careful. You gotta
Before
be
you
careful,
go crazy, you better go delete some old tweets. That's all I gotta say. Yo. You gotta
go
delete
on
some
your
old
profile, go to the search bar, type in some keywords that them trigger words today, and see if you was going crazy and delete those. Get those out of there
before you come out and you do something like that. But yeah, that's crazy as shit, bro. So Bayonetta, the reviews did come out and they went on to score 89 on Metacritic, so it's a little bit lower than the last one. I think that like the other one got like a 92 or a 91 or something like that. Hey man, I'm not really bothered by it. I'm not. The game looks fun. I do wish this release wasn't only on the Switch like this. I do wish that was on like PC or something, but hey, it doesn't look too bad on the Switch, bro.
Depends on who you talk. Bro. Depends on who you asking. That thing on PC if you know the right people.
Oh yeah, I know you're trying to say. Yeah, yes sir. Hopefully it runs nice. But I actually do got the collector's edition pre-ordered, mostly because I think that joint gonna be worth something. Because if you don't know, Bayonetta 2 on Switch is actually valued even higher. I don't know what's up with these Switch games, but I guess they stopped printing them after some time. If they don't read, then the value of some of these games become higher. I think they did that with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. If you have like an original copy of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, this shit's worth a couple hundred now already, and the Switch generation is still going on, bro.
That happened with Gravity Rush as well. I had that copy of Gravity Rush. I think it was the one that came out for PS4. That was the Vita game. And I had that copy. I traded it into GameStop, like not even thinking nothing of it. And then the value of that shit just skyrocketed because I guess they stopped like printing copies of it or whatever.
Exactly.
So
hold on to that joint if you have it. Hold on to it. All right, yo, I got some super chat donations I want to get to. This one's from Ruffle. He says, I'm currently looking for a gaming monitor. May go with what's this? Is that he's trying to say Corsair? What is that? Corsair Xeon 32-inch 4K OLED. What would you guys recommend? Plus, thoughts on 4090's Melton. Okay, so as for a monitor, for me, ever since I went ultra wide, I can only recommend ultra wide monitors. If you're not buying an ultra wide monitor, don't buy it.
You don't even want it.
No, I don't even want it. I won't be able to go back to a regular, standard 16:9 monitor. Right now, the best ultra wide or a top tier ultra wide right now is from Alienware. They got a OLED ultra wide that's extremely good, so look into that. As for the model that you picked, I don't know anything about it, so I can't speak on it. I would have to do some research on that, but I would recommend an ultra wide monitor. A lot of modern games are supporting it too, so you don't have to really be worrying about the black bars. Plus, there's mods to usually fix that if a game does launch like that. And as for your question about thoughts on 4090's Melton, the funny thing, that thing only came across my timeline today, and I'm hearing it's the adapter. It's the adapter that's causing some of the issues. But I've had my 4090 for a couple of days now. I've been like looking at temperatures and stuff, and my shit seemed fine. My shit seemed fine for now. I will probably upgrade my power supply for now, but the thing with me is like,
what you rocking right now with the power supply?
I got 1,000. This is like a old that power supply that I had from time too, but it's still kicking. It's 1,000 watt. Because when I first got into PC gaming, I don't know if you remember, but my first build I was doing some SLI shit when SLI was the thing. I was SLI and 2 980s at a time. So back when I built my very first PC, I made sure I bought like a really hefty power supply, and it's still working to this day properly. But I'm hearing there's a problem with the adapters. I don't know how serious the issue is, but there's some cases saying that it's melting, but who knows what's going on with their configuration and what they're doing with their PC. So we have to really see if it's a real widespread problem. I did see that NVIDIA is investigating the issue, so we'll probably learn more details if this is kind of an isolated thing or a widespread thing.
Yeah.
All right. The next super chat from Nagari says, super chatting to beg Kofi to the Switch Gang videos. Okay, to put this, I think he's trying to say, put the Switch Gang videos on unlisted instead of private. Already have the links to the video. All right.
Yo. Oh, you took those videos down?
Nah, I think, are they on private? I thought they were already unlisted, to be honest. I thought they were already just unlisted, but,
Wait, so when it's private, people with the link still can't watch it, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Boy, hungry. That boy wants some Switch Gang. It's over for Switch Gang. Now that he got the Steam Deck.
It's the Steam Deck boys now, bro. I'm sorry to tell you, bro. The Steam Deck
Deck
boys.
the halls. He about to make a Christmas anthem. Oh, yo, that might be kind of
Yo, I just took it.
Christmas anthem.
I just took it to Deck the halls.
boy. Oh my God.
Oh,
I might
man.
have to drop a verse on that. Hold up. I might have to come out of retirement for that.
This one is from S blank Sun 95. He says, I see you, Kofi. Got rid of the light skinned guy and the white guy to keep it strictly black. Love to see it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
already know.
Super chat donation from Roy. I appreciate it. He says, J-Main said, you couldn't live with your own failure. Where did I bring you? Back to me. Classic line.
Well, I'm
Thanos.
Thanos?
He Thanos pretty much.
I'm Thanos out here. All right. I'll
Yes,
take
sir.
it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we got one last one for now. We got one from the L Web 100. He says, I feel her pain. I just think we as gamers have bigger battles to fight, like live service BS, paying to play online. Let me tell you something about paying to play online. It's a wrap for that.
over.
You lost. It's over
for that. It's over for that.
If y'all think the billions that these companies connect is just all of a sudden you're gonna be like, you know what? Let's do a solid for the gamers and be like, you know what? No more paying for online, bro. You think that's really gonna happen? It's too late. I can promise you that battle is lost. As for live service, I think that live service shit is lost too. Live service games are always going to be a thing, you know?
What do you think he mean by live service though? Like just the model behind it?
I think when he's saying that, he's probably referring to the games as a service type of model. Stuff like that. I think that's here to stay. And I'm actually okay with that, J-Man, but I just feel like there needs to be a proper balance. You know? Yeah. It's okay. Just give us a proper balance. And I think companies see that too, because we've seen people like EA, perfect example, kind of retract old statements about how they felt about single player games and their importance, right? After they're dropping these multiplayer games like Battlefield going fucking triple plastic and going half price in like 3 months, right?
It's a better game today though. I will say that. But
when it dropped, it was bad, right? It was bad, right? It was terrible.
Yeah,
and people weren't fucking with it, right? And they dropped the game like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, single player only, no bullshit, no online, no none of that, right? And look how that went on to sell. If I believe I remember the figures right, went on to sell over 10 million copies for Jedi Fallen Order, at least over 10 million copies. Could even be more. So I think they clearly see, you know what? There's an appreciation for these type of games as well. That's why they're also investing in a sequel to that and another single player game that's like a Monster Hunter. So as long as there's a balance between the two, I think they can coexist nicely though. But I definitely agree. I do want everything to be like live service. I just think we need a balance and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's
in order to like, I know it won't happen, but to combat like paying to play online, like that shit would take like a system wide like boycott for a long time. Like everybody would just have to stop paying for it all at once and stop. And then see what happens, but that's never gonna happen.
You know that kind of coordination that would take? That's too crazy. You know how much? There's too much gamers for that. There's way too many.
It's too many casual gamers that just don't give a fuck.
They don't care.
don't care.
Yeah.
With PC, it's easier because most of them dudes be on like forums, on different websites and shit like that, where they can come together easier. But consoles is just too many different like groups and communities to come together like that. Yeah, we did it. We did with the online pass. Remember that? That was a thing.
With the Last of Us.
Game,
PlayStation and Ubisoft tried a thing. I think it was PlayStation and Ubisoft mainly tried a thing with that online pass bullshit. That shit was
they
terrible.
fought back with that, but that's where it ended. That shit kept going.
No, that live shit ain't going away. I could tell you that for 100%. That shit ain't going away because it collects way too much money. It just collects way too much money, bro. I don't even know. All right, so let's move on from Bayonetta. You introduced that topic. I want to talk about these people writing letters to the CMA. Gamers writing letters to the CMA. That's what I want to talk about, Jamie. How you feel about that shit? Yo, all I gotta say is, some people take this shit way too seriously, bro. Like way too seriously.
I just don't get, like, I thought it was the CMA's job to figure out if this deal was okay, like a good deal for consumers and, a good deal for Microsoft to go through with it. What the fuck do they want our opinions for?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are they asking our opinions? Why are you dudes writing letters to these corporations? And the crazier thing is they're not even writing letters. I'm seeing letters from the business perspective. Like they coming at it like why it would be good for Microsoft's business. Why are y'all in Microsoft's pockets like that to the point where you feel like you got to write a letter for them. Microsoft
That
is
is
a trillion
nuts.
dollar company. They can defend themselves. They can defend themselves. Like if you want to come at this as a gamer, I mean, I guess, but it's not even like these are games y'all not gonna get. Like if Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard, these games are still coming out. Y'all still gonna get these same games regardless if it's on Game Pass or not. But then I guess this also leads into the mindset that if it ain't on Game Pass, they ain't fucking with it. So I just don't get the mindset of behind writing these letters and why they feel like they have to do it. It's
Listen,
wild
I
to me.
understand. See, I'm not gonna be somebody. I'm not gonna try like, oh, take no high horse. Like I get it that we all put ourselves in positions to have conversations about games and the industry, and we kind of try to think like executives and CEOs and shit. Like I understand how we try to put our minds together and just have fun banter, you know. But I feel like let's just leave it like that. If you're gonna have it, let's just leave it like that. But we got like these people that are so invested that they're writing essays to probably just end up in a spam folder somewhere, not even being read. Like, come on, bro. Like, what's going on here, yo? Like, I've seen a couple of letters from the Xbox guys kind of writing. I haven't really seen too much I haven't seen PlayStation mans doing it, to be honest. I think I've seen like a couple of Xbox guys writing letters to the CMA to make sure this deal goes through. And I'm like, bro, this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts.
That should let you know everything you need to know, because Xbox dudes are writing the letter because they fear that the deal might not go through. You are worried about an acquisition deal not going through versus like why they ain't write Xbox no fucking letters when they ain't been no fucking first party games this year? See, no letters about that.
That's crazy,
Where was the
bro.
letters for that? No letters. But when it comes to an acquisition, like y'all want to write letters
That's
now?
nuts. That's freaking nuts.
What about the
bro.
games that's supposed to be coming out this year, not future stuff like that? So I don't know, man. I don't know. To be honest, I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing about this shit overall. I know it's nowhere near being done, especially with the CMA. Giving it a little bit of pushback,
holding it up a little bit.
Yeah. I think it's gonna go through ultimately.
Me too.
I just, they just giving them a hard time as they supposed to do, and y'all just gotta chill. If y'all not getting paid to write these letters, stop.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if Microsoft was cutting y'all boys a check, at least doing like if y'all were employed by them, they doing something for you. But like, how these guys are going so hard to bat is kind of nuts, bro. Like, like talking about it, like I said, having fun conversation, pretending you're a CEO, talking about it on the timeline is one thing. Now taking it a step further to like sending letters, like, bro, we're gamers at the end of the day, bro. Go fire up a game. And like J-Main said, if this shit doesn't look for me, J-Main, I have no stake in this whatsoever, whether it goes through or not. Like, that's how I personally feel as me today, watching like this shit go down. I have no stake in it. If it doesn't go through, guess what? The Call of Duty games are gonna be in mad platforms for me to play it still, right? I guess I personally on the side that I would like to see it go through because of more selfish desires because of Game Pass personally, because I don't want to pay for shit because I don't want to pay for the game. So it just goes through. I see it's a win for me. If it doesn't, it is what it is. If a game is interested and I'm still gonna play it, right? But I guess once again, is these guys are just real hardcore cheerleaders for their companies, so they gotta fight. You gotta fight for it like crazy for some reason. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought I think I said in the video, like the only reason why not really the only, I guess it's the only reason, because like it wouldn't matter. But the reason why I would want it to go through, because I think it would force Sony to be more proactive.
See, I agree.
Games.
You know what? I do agree. See, that's why I'm on the side of, I'm not like, if I had to pick a side of like, do I want this to go through or if I don't want it to go through, I'm on the side of I do, because I've said this multiple times. I feel like the table needs to be reset a little bit, at least when it comes to, PlayStation and Xbox. And some people think that this won't bring competition. I disagree. I think this will actually force, like you said, PlayStation to get more creative with one of their biggest moneymakers possibly is in the air. Like with a sour type of deal, who knows what can happen to Call of Duty on your platform with a sour deal, right? Right now we know PlayStation got the deal with them for the next couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Whether Microsoft and PlayStation have to sit down and negotiate what happens, right? Like, okay, you pay us this, and like they have to negotiate to see if it's extended or not, or whatever happens, whether it goes full exclusive or it doesn't. I guess that's Microsoft's choice, right? Whatever. But I feel like that uncertainty is good to breed creativity from PlayStation. in the sense of the areas where they lack. We already know that in the areas that they excel are the single player story driven games and blockbuster games like that. But the areas that they lack, it is on the multiplayer service. So that's why they got 10 live service games coming. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure they know that not every single one of them is gonna hit. But if one of them do, if one of them becomes a Fortnite, if one of them becomes an Apex, a Warzone, that's all they need, bro. That's all they need. All of them, see? So I think that's what they're betting on. That's why they have so much live service games coming, because they essentially only need one game to be that hit. And that's why they're releasing their live service games on PC as well, because they're going to need more than PlayStation players for it to be that successful. You know what I'm saying? That's why they want to expand it on PC. You're going to need more than PlayStation players. I'm sorry, PlayStation, very popular console, sells a lot of units, a lot of players, but to be on a level like a Fortnite, to be on a level like a Warzone, you're going to need a way bigger player pool to maximize your profits. Low-key, that should need to be on Xbox too. Like, if you really want it to be successful, you know what I mean? It has to be on everywhere. We really want it to be successful. Real talk, bro.
Now, they remember what happened last time when they put multiplayer in all they single player games too. Oh, it was like Resistance and Killzone and shit like that. Like, as much as I say I love them, ain't nobody played them shit. So ain't nobody played them the multiplayers like that. So they know, like, we got to try and reach more people.
So that's the only reason why I would say I would like to see this go through, because I think it would actually breed more creativity from PlayStation Studios, and the fact that if Xbox does does well, it's good. Like, once again, I know the whole console war thing, but it's good for everyone overall, because that's only gonna just strengthen the market overall, and it's gonna give us better products in the end of the day if Microsoft is truly competing, whether they have Call of Duty and making it exclusive, and now they have so much money to invest in. Like it's gonna, at the end of the day, I think it's gonna be a good deal. But I also I'm also on the stance of, I also don't want to see all like EA get bought up and like so many get bought up, right? At this point, I feel like when Microsoft acquires Activision, that should be it for the major publishers. Because I feel like that's kind of even to me now. Like, I feel like, y'all have Bethesda and Activision. Now you're kind of like, you know what I mean? Y'all kind of even now. Let's see what happens, yo. Let's see what happens. But I guess we'll see.
I think that Square Enix is going to be a thing, and I think that might be it.
you know what I think about that Square? A lot of people have been saying that PlayStation is going to acquire Square, but I'm so curious. What does that mean for Nintendo? Because Nintendo and Square Enix have a pretty, they seem like, look how much Square Enix games released on Nintendo. A lot, bro. So I'm really curious to see how Nintendo will feel about all of that happening and going down.
They probably would keep that relationship, though. They probably would keep that, because I don't know. It's a new Sony today. Like, when they bought Bungie, like, the first thing people was like, oh, the next game is going to be exclusive to PlayStation. Bungie came out, was like, nah, like, we putting them shits everywhere still. So it's like they're buying shit, but it's like they seem to be open to keeping it in places where it makes sense.
Yeah, PlayStation is different. Like, and I think that's how people got to look at things now, instead of like this shit's gonna be exclusive. This is gonna be, I'm sure obviously there's gonna be content that's exclusive, but certain things, y'all, I've been saying this even on PSP days, early days. Like, I do see a future where there is gonna be less and less exclusive. I literally had a podcast where we talked about that. I feel like there's a future is gonna be less and less exclusives, just because that it just makes sense financially. You know what I mean? And it just makes sense in the end of the day. And there's gonna be those standout things to move like consoles, but I think as time goes on, we're gonna actually see less and less, and these consoles are these companies, Xbox and PlayStation, like, as we've been seeing the last couple of years, expand to different platforms and look for different outlets to make money. Where Sony's trying to go hard with the movies now, and we got the Last of Us show, we got all of this happening. So I think this is just the direction that it's going. I don't think that's necessarily bad. I know some people feel like it's bad, but I don't think it's bad, as long as great games are being made, right?
That's all we should care about.
Yes, sir.
That's all we should care about,
man. Yes, sir. All right, so you know what? This is actually a good segue to talking about the rumors that we heard, right?
The Naughty Dog rumors. Let's get it. I already know where this is headed.
Yes, sir. Yo, so you let the mans know.
Naughty Dogs. So it's looking like from the upcoming job listing that The Last of Us multiplayer, Factions 2, whatever you want to call it, is it might be a free-to-play game, dog.
Yes, sir. And how do you feel about this? Because I think we could have a great conversation about this. How do you feel about this?
So when I first saw the posting initially, I read it and I looked at it, and to me the posting doesn't scream to me it's going to be free-to-play, just because of where the free-to-play skills was listed and the bonus skills. So it's not even something that's required. But I do think that free to play is in the future, whether it's at launch or later on down the line for The Last of Us multiplayer or factions 2. And I'm not against free to play. It's a tough battle. Like I used to say, like if a game is free to play, then it's like one of the red flags where I don't want to touch it no more.
Me too.
It's a tough battle because like a game like Halo Infinite, for example, like that multiplayer, like mechanically is like sound. Like when you play in the game, it's good.
100%.
It's good. Like,
everything else
is perfect. But it's the content.
Else.
The content and the battle pass and the stuff like that, that's the problem. Yes. And that's what worries me if Last of Us was a free-to-play title, because I loved Factions 1. But we all know what Naughty Dog did to that game and the microtransactions that they put and the pay-to-win bullshit that they had. And that's what makes me scared. Because if this game is free-to-play, not even, this game will have microtransactions. Let's just get to the, like, whether it's paid or free, it will have microtransactions.
Always been my point. That's been always my point too.
People need to understand that it's going to have microtransactions. Exactly. But I think whether it's paid or free to play is going to determine how egregious the microtransactions can or will be. Now, if you pay for something, I think it can incentivize the companies to be less greedy when it comes to like the battle pass and stuff like that. Like you don't have to grind so crazy to unlock certain stuff when playing the game and shit like that because you paid to get in there. But I don't think it's going to be free to play, and that's just because they said that this is going to be one of their biggest games that they ever made with the multiplayer and how it's going to have the story aspect to it. So I'm kind of looking at it like it's going to be a Division style game where you're going to have a heavy story-rich PvE portion, and then you're also going to have your PvP portion. And I think at some point that PvP portion can go free to play down the line. And that's where I stand right now on how I feel about the factions being free to play.
You know what? You bring up great points. It really, like you said, it really depends the direction of the game. If it's anyhow like some PvP and just a whole bunch of game modes, there's no fucking way they're paying they're charging $70 for this shit.
No, hell no.
But if it's like what you're saying, where it is almost like a Division style of game, then I 100% can see that it can be a regular retail price game because, you know, Division had its own like whole story and everything going for it, which they already confirmed that that's going to have a story. But you could say that the original Last of Us multiplayer portion had somewhat of like, you know, it had some type of story survival type of shit. But
we not doing
if it's like that, then I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro.
That shit was so bare bones. It's to the point where I don't even know why they included that shit.
I don't. Yeah, you remember the survival cap niggas and all that shit. Remember that?
That shit was more annoying than anything because if you fail to keep people like
alive, right? Remember that?
Certain weapons to keep people alive.
So hopefully it's not that. Hopefully it's not that. Hopefully it's not that.
And that's what the trophy for that. I stopped caring about that shit. Like get that bullshit out of
here. Yeah. Hopefully it's not that. But if it's like what you're saying, and if they're aiming towards if it's a Last of Us style Division PvE type of situation, that's gonna be kind of interesting to see how it plays out because that would mean like it was gonna be like kind of like hub world, open world style, like, you know, exploring areas. I'm curious on how that's gonna work if that's the case. But if this is gonna be, if the main focus of this game is gonna be, like you said, on like PvP, I don't see them charging a full $70 for that. And you do bring up a great point, and I always felt like this. I said this on Twitter as well. People are so like keen on paying for this game. Yeah. And like you said, like what makes you think that paying for it is gonna alleviate microtransactions or anything like that? But you believe that it will at least cut down how bad they are, and then that's a possibility, but that's yet to be seen. But I think
they put Gran Turismo was paid.
Pays a full price game. It still has really bad microtransactions in GT7. So
or just the whole economy was bad too.
Exactly. So that exists too, where you could pay full price for the game and still have bad microtransaction. Like that literally exists. So I think we have to really wait and see. And this is why maybe PlayStation invested so much money and purchased Bungie, because they already acquired a studio that got it right? So get some of the experienced guys in creating live service games to come and help you build a better service that is more, you know, player friendly, that gamers will be more receptive to with its economy, its expansions, and how to roll out it nice and slow. Because even though Destiny had its issues at launch when it initially launched for Destiny 1 and 2, and people had its problems. Over time, you could say that Bungie probably learned a lot, and it seems like I don't see Destiny players complaining anywhere. You know what I mean? At least today.
Yeah,
Right?
it's nothing like on a large scale. No,
right? I don't see, or do you see that?
Not anything too major. Not like Halo.
Not this crazy?
Like, it's not like that. It might be little things like modes or like certain weapons being in and out and shit like that. And they might bring a mode back or take a mode away or shit like that. Or just like small stuff.
Yeah,
like
I don't
performs,
see the community like going crazy like that. I mostly see people being chill about that.
Right.
Yeah, I could be wrong too. So if y'all in the chat, y'all could correct me if mans are really complaining about Destiny. But I just don't see it personally come across my timeline like how I see for other games. You know, so if they can use the veteran developers at Bungie to help them mold this into a great live service game, then there's some potential. There's some potential there, and I guess we gotta wait and see. I think we're gonna hear more details about this game next year. Do you think it's
oh shit? We better.
You think we're gonna be launching this next year though?
I can't see it coming out next year. I don't know. Like we haven't seen, like they showed a concept art and then Neil Druckmann got up on stage and talked about how it's gonna be like heavy in story and they focus on new characters at a different area of the United States and shit like that. But we haven't seen that. Now they could do a
so
blowout.
We have to see their vision. Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's also this thing where, to be honest, we haven't seen shit from PlayStation first party wise for like next year in the future. So I don't know what's going on there, if they're holding shit back because of this Activision Blizzard deal.
I heard that too.
Like I'm starting to believe that rumor more and more. Like
it's a rumor, but it's a rumor that sounds very plausible to me. You know what I mean? Like it could make sense. Like if you think about it, because we do see the back and forth that PlayStation is going on with the whole this whole deal going through. So would it make sense for them to reveal a whole bunch of exclusive content and show how strong they are? Pretty much PlayStation is trying to make themselves look weak, and Microsoft is going to be too strong if this happens. Right. That's like the whole game plan. So if
Microsoft is doing it too. They're trying to make themselves look even
weaker, as weak as possible. They've been highlighting all this shit. They've been like, we last, we suck. Right. PlayStation sells way more games than us. We trash. They've been saying that.
Call of Duty is nothing special.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So it's all politics, bro. It's all politics. They're all playing a game, and it's smart. It's smart. Like when you see what's going on, it's smart shit. PlayStation, like I said this on the live stream the other time, PlayStation is doing what they're supposed to do, J-Mate. They're supposed to step on this deal. Business-wise, they're supposed to step the fuck on this deal, bro. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to shit on this deal. Try their best to not let it happen. Microsoft is smart. They have to play the victim. We suck. We place.
Suffering, dog. We suffering from this bullshit, dog. I want to see what Spider-Man 2 looking like, niggas.
You know what? So maybe
that's just supposed to be coming out next year, dog. What the fuck?
It could be a thing that PlayStation probably has maybe some things to show, but they don't want to show their strength right now because of current situations that that could be a possibility. Like that doesn't sound far-fetched to me. But once again, I've been on the side for people relax, bro. I think it's safe to say that we're about to cross the second year of the PlayStation life. Games are fucking coming, bro. So people relax, bro.
Yeah,
games are
definitely coming.
It's coming. Their games are coming. I know y'all people are so desperate for them to spill the beans on everything that's releasing, but I think man should relax, bro. Enjoy God of War that's coming out in a few weeks because y'all have a big hit game coming in a few weeks. Just relax a little bit and wait till next year and see if they come out and announce what they got coming up, because I'm pretty sure they will. So
before we leave this topic though, I did want to touch on just the idea of if Factions is like a free-to-play game, and we already know, like you said earlier, the PC, it will be on PC like
100%.
day one.
I think they pretty much confirmed that, right? Live service game, they pretty much confirmed it. Yeah.
So I know a lot of people get worried when they hear like PC, with the cross-play and shit like that, cheating and stuff like that. So I like to play against PC players, even though like I'm on a controller. Like I know like the good PC players will mop you the fuck up. Yeah. If you're on a controller, but it's just like more competition, more ways to get better. But I know a lot of people like want the option to turn crossplay off, or just not have to worry about.
I'm always good with options,
about cheaters.
I'm always good with options. I think they should have the option for it. Let the people play with the bigger player pool. If you don't want to play, then don't. Like I feel like the option should exist. Why not?
Yeah, and that's why I don't worry about that too much, because most of the games that I played at a crossplay, you have that option to turn off.
So yeah, if you could turn it off, then what's the beef?
Yeah, I love crossplay. Like I love it. It's a feature that
Yeah,
I beg
me
for
too.
to be in every game,
Me too.
and
Me
I'm
too.
gonna utilize it in every game. If there's cheaters,
Exactly.
I'll just report them and move on. I'm not, you know, what I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going
And you
too
know what,
crazy.
J-Man? You know what,
Yeah,
J-Man? I don't know. Look, I can't speak for everybody. I'm not a professional gamer. You know, and I'm not like a professional, right? I don't care to the point that even if I do cross a cheater, yes, I'll be annoyed.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But to me personally, I'm not condoning it or not. I think cheaters are lame. But to me, I'm not someone who plays competitive like that today or cares like that. So for me, like, I'm not saying cheat, but I'm not really as mad as some people get one day I guess they encounter a cheater or something like that on a game.
Not,
Because like I'm not like I don't really be taking this shit that serious anyways when I be playing, you know what I mean? Like I don't really be
I don't
taking it
even
that
be
serious
mad. Like
personally.
where I be mad
I
the
don't
most
be
is
mad
like
and shit
why.
like that. Yeah,
Like
yeah. Like I think
what
people do that are lame.
satisfaction do dudes
Yeah, it's
get
lame.
out of cheating? Like
It's lame. It's
how
definitely
do you
lame.
feel good about yourself knowing that you only killed me
Yeah.
because you cheated?
Yeah,
Like
it's definitely lame.
I don't get that portion of it. But when I
Yeah.
see it happening, I just lead a match and like
Yeah.
report the
You
shit. But
could just leave
it's
the
just
match.
like why,
Exactly.
bro?
Exactly.
Like, but then you
Exactly.
might get penalized for that. But so you know what I mean,
Yeah.
just report them and move on. But to be honest, I don't come across a lot of cheaters with crossplay.
You know, yeah, I've been playing on
I
PC
just
for a
don't.
while,
I
and
don't.
unless I'm not noticing, and I'm just chopping it up to somebody's fucking better. I feel like I don't really come across like mad cheaters too. That's just me personally, you know. I feel like I don't come
Yes.
around mad cheaters, or maybe I'm just chopping up that a nigga's better, yo. Who knows?
That's
You
what
know?
I was about to say. Some dudes, I be seeing they post clips on the timeline, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this nigga cheating." I really don't know about that one,
I
dog.
don't-
He
maybe,
might
maybe, maybe
he
just be
might
nice. Maybe just
fuck you
nice.
up, dog.
Maybe
Some
just
niggas is nice. Some dudes just
Yeah,
be
it's
nasty
nice.
at the game. You got to give it up when you got to give it up. Like every
Facts.
ain't cheating. Like some niggas. Like I was playing what was I playing? Modern Warfare 2019. I got it on PC. I was playing that shit, and the way this nigga was cleaning me up, dog, I was like. Yo, am I like I'm looking at myself in the mirror like, yo, am I washed? Like, is it a wrap for my days of
No,
playing
you
first
gotta be
person
cheating.
shooters?
You gotta be
I was like,
cheating.
this nigga gotta be. But I was
You gotta
watching
be
him. I was looking at the kill cam real close. I'm like, nah, he just nice.
Nah, he
like
just
that.
got me. He just
He was
got
playing
me.
on mouse and keyboard too, so I'm like, he just
Yeah.
nice like that. It's
Yeah,
nice with it.
yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah,
ain't cheating.
Definitely. But I guess we got to see with the whole thing. As for you already know, I'm not the real big Last of Us multiplayer guy. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
never was. I never played it when on the PS3 like that. To me, the franchise was always the standout was the single player game. But I know the multiplayer did get a little cult following that people love. So hopefully this game can gather a whole lot of new players. Yeah, and I think maybe it being a free to play model and released on PC might be a way to do that, or at least not being full price to have maximum potential. Because you got to look at it like this, bro. All the biggest games right now, all the most popular multiplayer games are not paid, bro. You know what I mean? They're free to play. That's just a fact. From Apex, Warzone, Overwatch, even though Overwatch was paid at one point.
Right. Shit, Destiny was paid at 1.2.
Destiny was paid at 1.2
now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think they probably worked, like maybe they said it could go that route too. Maybe they just worked themselves in a way where they can do that free to play a little bit later. But
Or they could split it. I could see them splitting it like they did with Halo Infinite. Like the story shit you got to pay for, including expansions, but the PvP. Because if it's like Last of Us factions, like that alone is not enough to get people to pay money. So that single player
fact. That's a
portion
fact.
would have to be big. It would have to be big.
That's a fact.
To draw
Because-
people in to pay money for it.
Jamie, I like that you said that because you reminded me of my point, bro. I know you're a fan, so it might hurt you. It might rub some people in the chat the wrong way. I'm sorry if it affects you, though. But I have to tell you. I have to tell you the truth. And this is not me because I hate or I suck or you can say whatever. But listen to this.
That's
You know how to hear. You know how to hear that. See, that's emotional. See, that's an emotional answer. That's an emotional answer. Listen, you don't want to listen to the facts. That's an emotional answer. The truth of the matter is, let me throw this out there. The Last of Us is not even a top 10 multiplayer of all time in terms of popularity. I'm sorry to tell you the truth. I'm sorry to tell you if that hurts your feelings. I'm sorry if you're a fan and you love it. But the reality of the fact, J-Man, is The Last of Us, in terms of popularity, or I'm not even going to speak on quality, but in terms of popularity, it's not even a top 10 multiplayer in popularity of all time.
You're right.
It's not. So can you imagine?
It's not
Can
even
you
close.
imagine? It's not even close. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean, right? It's not even a top 10 multiplayer of all time in terms of popularity. So can you imagine for them to come out and be like, you know what? Yeah, we got The Last of Us multiplayer at $70, PvP, different maps, here's the game types, and expect it to be a hit? When is that gonna? Who's gonna play that? Who's gonna play that?
I mean, I'm
J-Man,
play
you have to keep it back. Yeah, you gonna play it. The fans, the hardcore cult niggas are gonna play it. But let's keep it a buck. Who's gonna play it? And I'm sorry, y'all can chop it up as like, yo, you suck at Last of Us. That's the only reason you're saying that. You can chop it up to that, but I'm telling you, I'm spitting the facts though. It's not even the top 10 most popular. Yo, it doesn't even do. It didn't do anything what Halo did. It didn't do anything what Gears did. I'm sorry to tell you, it doesn't do anything that Call of Duty did. It didn't do none of. It didn't do that. It doesn't
Even
do
Sony
anything
knows
close.
that. That's why they didn't include that shit with the remake. Like,
Bro, it's not
like,
a top 10
that
multiplayer popular game of all time, bro. I'm glad that people enjoy it, but it's just not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in terms of popularity. So they got to find a way to draw new players in. The reason why I'm saying that, they got to find a way to draw new players in, and it got to be maybe the free to play model might be it, unless whatever they show us looks that amazing that it's gonna, you know, they can charge money for it and people are gonna run and buy it somehow. You know what I mean?
But that's why I think they led with that and I know we're gonna get off this topic, but I think that's why they led with revealing it like they did with the story content being what their focus is. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Exciting
So,
times. I'm
I
in
guess-
there either way, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out too. And at this time, at least, I'm not late to the party where you guys been playing the game for 10 years and hopping on and shit. Y'all been playing since the PS3 and shit like that. I'm hopping on late.
Keep it
Because I
100?
played. Yeah, because I played. Go ahead.
Now I was like, keep it 100. I'll probably get this on PC because by then I should have my
100%.
shit upgraded.
100%.
So
Well, so 100%, bro. Like, let's keep it a buck. Yeah, like as for popularity, it wasn't like that, bro. Like, let's not act like it moved the needle in any way like that, bro.
It wasn't.
You know what I mean, it had a cult following. The quality was good for you. The PlayStation fans really enjoyed it, and that's about it, bro. That's about it.
yeah.
All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about some of the showcases that happened, bro.
Okay. I definitely live streamed both of those.
Yes, sir. I seen them. I was in there.
Yeah, I see
Definitely
you.
in there.
Appreciate you supporting the channel. Make sure y'all
there.
go subscribe, JMay518 on
Yes, sir.
YouTube. Your boy's
Yes, sir.
been uploading
We've
frequently.
been going
so
crazy. Yes, sir.
Holla at me. But yeah, I was over there last week. I live streamed the Silent Hill transmission showcase. So this is Silent Hill making its return. Konami is back in the building.
What did you think? What did you think, bro? What did you think?
In terms of a showcase, trash.
That show was
Absolute
garbage, bro. I'm sorry to tell you.
Terrible
oh my
showcase.
God. That shit was trash, bro.
I would say I loved what they did with the atmosphere of the showcase. Like they was making different transitions in the background, different music, and making it a little spooky. But in terms of just a showcase of presenting new games, this is 2022. This is 2022. You got to come correct when you come in with announcing these games. Now I can understand for games that's supposed to be like far out and away, but some like the headline of your showcase, you gotta at least give us some type of like gameplay demo, dog. Like they announced the Silent Hill 2 remake. It's been rumored for forever, but like they showed a good trailer. It was a good trailer. It wasn't a bad trailer, but it just didn't have no like gameplay. And I'm like, dog, I want to see what this game gonna play like. Silent Hill 2 wasn't this game that sold millions of copies where everybody knows like what the game is gonna play like or what it's really about. And so they didn't do a good enough job for me to like be like, all right, this is a day one cop. I'll probably be there because I like horror games, but it's like, nah, y'all could have came harder than that with the presenting on that. So
J-Man's spitting facts right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck. There's a whole lot of Silent Hill cappers.
Ooh.
Silent Hill cappers on the timeline ever since PT dropped. True or false?
Shit, you ain't lying. I never played Silent
True
Hill
or
a day in
false?
my life.
True or
After
false?
that demo, dog, I'm like, yo, give me that.
True or false?
I need that. That's facts. That's facts.
After Kojima came out and said that I'm working with Norman Reedus, I'm working with the dude, that Toro dude. What's it? Something El Toro.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Toro, Mr. Toro. Let's call him Mr. Toro. You know what I mean? Ever since that happened,
Guillermo.
people were going crazy, and let's keep it a buck. They got the Kojima stimulus package. People were excited about Silent Hill only because Kojima's name was attached to it. Because now all the Kojima fans a run into it. Just like how Kojima fans all of a sudden ran to that blue box shit, hyping that shit up because they thought he was working behind that shit. So it was Kojima fans kind of bigging this up. I'm not saying Silent Hill is a bad franchise, but if you go back and look at what it did in the past, it didn't shake up nothing.
I'm gonna give you a little pushback on that, though.
Let's hear it.
I thought that demo was fire, though. I did think that
joint?
demo was fire. Yeah,
and I don't blame you if you say it's fire because Kojima's working on it. Of course, it's gonna be fire, bro.
Well, but no, because you did say like you think people was only excited because Kojima was working on it.
I think so. I think so.
I think people like really just enjoyed that demo for what it was. Like I think what that demo did for like the gaming community was fire because it was like one of those things that people were playing and they didn't know what the fuck was going on. So you went online and you was like, oh, I didn't even know you could. Yeah, it was like you working together to figure this shit out. And I thought like that shit was dope as hell when it first happened, and it was creepy as shit. So
whose brilliance is that? Let's keep it a
That's Kojima.
That's Kojima. That's Kojima doing that shit, bro. You have to call it what it is. That's Kojima doing that. So even for me personally, see, I was not a Silent Hill fan. I could straight up say that, right? But now that Kojima's name was attached to just making any sort of horror game, because his mind is wild, right? So for him he was the guy who said unplug the controller in the shit, you know what I mean? Like, his mind is wild. So for him to work on a horror game, I think that's exciting stuff. The fact that he's working on a franchise that's already kind of had some foot in the gaming community, the industry, like a Silent Hill franchise, cool. So, you know, it's not a totally new IP, and it's exciting for those who are fans for that too. So I think it was like a little Silent Hill fans, a little bit, and a lot of Kojima fans. And ever since then, that PT demo happened, people have been just going crazy about the Silent Hill thing joint. So now we finally got this transmission, like you said, and they announced what Silent Hill 2 is getting a remake. This is supposed to be one of the best Silent Hills, the most well reviewed. I think it's sitting at an 89 on Metacritic on PS2. So it's I'm pretty sure it's the highest rated Silent Hill game, and it's getting a remake, and it's getting a remake by none other than the people who made The Medium.
My guys.
Blooper team.
Yes, sir.
Blooper
Shout out to
team.
Blooper team.
Oh my lord, bro. Oh my lord. And like you said, this trailer, as somebody who I was a Resident Evil boy, as somebody who's new to will be new to this franchise, watching this trailer, I'm pretty sure OGs that played the original game probably like, ooh, cool, ooh, this, that. But for me, someone like me, and a whole bunch of your whole new audience that was hyped because of Kojima, and they love the Kojima games. Yeah. I feel like what they showed did nothing. It did nothing for me. They didn't show no gameplay to even drive up any sort of hype. I don't even know how like this shit is gonna go. Like what they displayed was pretty graphics, which I can't even tell if they're gameplay or not, and pretty cool atmosphere. That's about it. That I seen like just the atmosphere cool and pretty cool graphics. That's about it.
Yeah, it's only up for speculation, but I would assume that it's in game like real time cutscenes just because it's on the PS5 and I know they've been.
I ain't assuming. Cyberpunk got me a whole. I ain't assuming, J man. They didn't put nothing on the bottom to say this is in gameplay. They didn't do none of that. I ain't assuming, bro. I ain't assuming. True. And they did say that. Slow down. They did say that shit had no release date either, so it's not like it's around the corner. No release date. But Blooper team, bro, are they the people for the job? Let me ask you that, I guess.
I don't know. You know what's crazy too? Because when I had beat the Medium, right? I came to the timeline. I gave my little like Twitter review for the Medium, and I'm like, I loved everything about this game except the gameplay. And I was like, if they can give Blooper team a bigger budget to maybe outsource some like gameplay developers to help them with their next project. Then I would be on board with it. But I didn't think it was gonna be Silent Hill 2. Like this situation.
Because I'm ready to jump off the ledge, bro. I think I'm ready to jump down the ledge. Who's ready to admit this is a bum ass franchise? Who's ready to admit Silent Hill is a bum ass franchise? Who's ready to admit it, bro? Who's ready to admit it with me, bro? And it has nothing on Resident Evil. Who wants to jump on the ledge with me? I'm about to jump on the ledge. Jamie, look at the last 5 releases, bro. Buns. Every one of them has been buns. The last 5 releases,
going back to the source. They're going back to the good one, the Silent Hill 2. Like this is.
I saw 71. I saw the Xbox 69. I saw 50 something. Bro, Silent Hill seems like it's been mad mid, And guess who they got to go make and remake their classic one, the only one that reviewed extremely well, a mid-ass studio, bro. Come on,
yeah,
come on, bro.
it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I can't front and be like, oh no, Bloober Team is gonna do this game justice.
Yo, I can't be
because Silent Hill is already a psychological horror like game, so it already like what I praise Bloober Team for in the medium is the psychological stuff that they did with the story and stuff like that. So, but the fact that Silent Hill already has that going for it, I'm not worried about the story part. It's the gameplay, bro. This is supposed to be was it third person? Like
they said they're gonna switch up the camera angle, so it's not. From my understanding, they used to have the tank controls. From when I went back, the tank controls from like the OG Resident Evil games. You know, they used to have similar controls. So now I think I don't know if they're attempting to pull like a RE2 remake.
Yeah, like over the shoulder
remake is an over the shoulder type of camera. So let's see how that works out.
I don't know if I trust Bloober Team like with that because, like I said, their gameplay wasn't anything that was like good to me. It was just
and their
just
track
to get you
record
through the
is
story.
not. I'm sorry if you enjoy some of their games. I'm sure that they're not all bad, but their track record is not saying anything. They don't have really a master class or masterful track record either. So I guess we gotta wait and see. You see, I'm talking a whole lot of shit, but I'm open to see more. I do want to try it out, and I'm definitely gonna be listening to gamers, listening to the community, listening to see what the critics think about it before I go and jump in there. Hopefully the shit is good. But I do got a couple of
okay, yeah. Before we move on, the trailer was giving me like PT. When you beat PT, you got that Silent Hill trailer at the end with Norman Reedus. This trailer was giving me those vibes. So
giving you the vibes.
It was giving me those vibes. So I can't wait to see more.
Let's just wait. Let's just pray and hope that Kojima's working on his own horror game. If he's working on a horror game, that shit gonna be heat. I'm gonna tell you that.
I think that Xbox shit is supposed to be a horror game.
If he's making a horror game, that shit gonna be heat.
But I heard it's supposed to be a cloud game.
Yeah. All right, yo, we got a new member. Shout out to Roy. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming to chat, man. The L Web 100 says these dudes out here writing 4-page letters like Aaliyah, straight clowns. That's what we're talking about. The CMA, yeah.
They was reading them pages too, 33 pages and shit.
Yeah, Assad said, "Stop ducking our Silent Hill bet." He wants to make a sales bet with me, but the only reason why I haven't made no bet with him because I don't even know how we're gonna find out. Like, how we gonna get the figures of this shit, bro? Like, where are we gonna get the figures from? When it's all said and done.
What do you think it's gonna be at?
I'm saying that shit gonna go triple styrofoam. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that shit gonna go copper, bro. Slow-mo backslap. What's up? He says, good to see the gentleman linking up and doing content again. Good show, fellas.
Shout out to Slow-mo, my guy.
Pulling up. And we're almost at 100 likes, so let's get that. If you haven't hit 100 likes yet, if you haven't hit the like button, let's hit that. Let's get 100 likes real quick. Hope y'all enjoying the show. All right, so let's quickly turbo speed through the rest of the releases because they weren't really all that prominent. They announced Silent Hill Townfall, which is being developed by No Code, which I don't even know what is this supposed to be. Is this supposed to be some sort of like?
Never even heard of them.
Yeah, I don't even know what this was. I'm sorry, this whole thing was like a little confusing to me.
So this, I think this was the one that was supposed to be like a reimagining of the Silent Hill 1 or some shit like that.
Okay, so Townfall is supposed to be like a remake of the original then, I guess.
Yeah, it's reimagining. That's what I got from the interview that they did.
Someone in the chat will probably correct us if we wrong, and they could let us know. We'll say it. They said they got Silent Hill Ascension. That's coming out in 2023, and it's an interactive series where fans like watch and make decisions together. So it's some sort of.
Yeah, we good on that.
I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Like, what is that, bro?
Might be a cool streaming game, but
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm good. And I guess this is the next entry into the mainline series. It's called Silent Hill F. It's a brand new Silent Hill game developed by Neo Bards Entertainment. Never heard of them, but I think they're the developers that are making Reverse. Is that Resident Evil Reverse? Let me just confirm it. Let me confirm it before I say some. Oh, crazy. I want to see. Let me see.
If it is, then damn, I'm worried about.
That's what I was about to say. I want to say so. I want to say something, but I want to make sure it is.
You're right.
It is
Resident Evil Reverse, developed by Neo Bards Entertainment.
If I had a fart soundboard queued up,
we gotta get the soundboard going, dog.
Oh yeah, we have to figure that out. We gotta figure it out for the next episode, bro. If I had all I'm seeing is mid all over this fucking transmission. I'm sorry, bro.
Damn, son. What was Konami
Transmission,
thinking?
bro. That's what it is, bro. This shit was trash, bro. I'm sorry to tell you that, bro. I didn't. It was whatever, bro. But hey, man, I hope the Silent Hill fans are happy. Hopefully, these games deliver. And if they're good, I'm gonna play them. Simple as that. If they're good, I'm gonna play them.
Yeah. My biggest concern with all of these shits is who is developing them. Like, I don't know these people, or if I do, it's like I still got my questions about them. So
Exactly.
the fact that they put their, one of their beloved, cult classic franchises in these people's hands, and I don't trust Konami either. So.
So okay, so Max in the chat saying they made Reverse and Resident Evil Resistance. Do I Oh my god! I just googled it. I just remember this shit, bro. Y'all remember? You remember Resistance?
I don't think.
Oh my god, bro! I didn't play it, but I remember watching that shit looking disgusting. I think it's another like multiplayer online type of Resident Evil. That shit was looking nasty, bro. Ugh. Good luck.
Oh,
good luck. You remember this? You remember
this? Wait, now you know what's crazy? I thought this was fucking Reverse. I didn't know there was two separate.
Now there's two different games, bro.
Wow, and they like 2 years. Wow, what the fuck?
Hey, good luck, bro. Good luck. Damn. Good luck. Good luck. That's what I gotta say, bro. Good luck, yo. But let's move on to greatness. Let's move on to greatness.
Speaking of Resident Evil,
let's move on to greatness. We got another look at Resident Evil 4, and it's looking fantastic. It's looking fantastic. It's looking amazing. So we got a great look. We got a gameplay section. And J-Man, who would have thought? A remake adding new features? Holy. Oh Another one? New additions? You go crouching out and shit? Got these different kind of parries and counters? Like, what's going on with that, J-Man?
Man. Streets ain't even say Leon was like, a little bit too old to crouch. he can't be crouching and moving around like that.
Yes,
yeah,
sir,
man.
yes,
that
sir.
shit look good though, man. I love to see a remake actually be a remake and add new shit to the game. Change things up, things that they learned from future titles being implemented into the newer games, or just shit that's just brand new. I love to see that. And this remake looks fantastic. Can't wait to play it.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I never played Resident Evil like when it originally came out on like the GameCube or the PS, and then later on the PS. I actually was late to the party. Yeah. I played it a little bit later. And even then, when I played it, I enjoyed it. I'm like, I see where like a game like Dead Space got its inspiration from. It really made it apparent. It was definitely very different from the typical Resident Evil games. Very action focused, not as scary, but it was definitely a great time. It seems with this remake, they're definitely switching it up, making it a lot more atmospheric in the sense that it's definitely a lot more creepier this time around to me. But I did notice one thing that I'm noticing with these past couple of remakes since Resident Evil Remake 2. When Leon was shooting like the people, like I kind of miss that kind of the physics and like the type of dismemberment you got from Resident Evil 2, bro. I miss that. Like, it looked different. This one looks like, like when you shoot enemies in this one, they kind of just fall over. You just see the little blood spot. But I kind of miss that, like, you shoot the arm a little bit and the arm's trying to hang off. And I miss that shit, bro. I don't know why they started taking that shit out with, like, the remake for 3 and now clearly this one too. I don't know why they keep on taking it out, man.
I think he like shot the Leon in this one. He shot the lady in the head and like she was holding her head like she had a headache. And shit. I was like,
yeah. So that's pretty much how the OG one is. Like, where I felt like the connection between player and and the enemies in Remake 2 was done so well, and I've been looking to see if they're gonna ever bring that type of shit back with these newer remakes, and it seems like that was just like a one-time only type of situation.
This definitely would have called for it too, because like you go into when you get into like the village areas and shit, or where like a bunch of enemies is swarming you, like that should be dope as hell, like just shooting off limbs and running around, seeing them crawl and chase after you and stuff like that
and shit like that. They killed that shit with Resident Evil 2 remake. That's why I personally feel like that shit got reviewed so high, because what it delivered was outstanding overall from top to bottom. But that's not a deal breaker or anything like this. This is a little bit, the shooting and the gameplay does look a little bit more, obviously, a little bit more traditional in the sense of how the enemies react to getting attacked. But the new coat of paint, the remake looks really fucking good, man. They redid
Block that
everything.
chainsaw with the knife.
Yeah. What did he block with a knife or a gun, bro? I thought he used his gun.
It was a knife. It was his
It was
knife.
a knife? Oh, I was about to say, bro. That shit was crazy.
It was like an L1 prompt that came up when he
That shit was crazy.
But I guess like the knife can be like I guess it's degradable. So like if it can break and shit like that. And so you gotta like I think you either gotta find a new one or repair it or some shit like that. So it's not something you can use all the time if you don't have it.
Yeah. The shit look good though. I ain't gonna hold you. The shit look fantastic. I can't wait to play it. I have nothing bad to say about it. We also got some new details about what else they announced. They announced something about the expansion.
Shadow of Rose expansion, which actually comes out tomorrow. Or it might even be available now.
I want to play that. I do. Yeah. I'm not somebody who plays a lot of expansions, but that's an expansion that I actually want to check out, yo.
Oh, absolutely. And that expansion is in third person. So if you play Village, which is first person, the Rose expansion is third person.
Yeah, that's dope. Also, the whole third person mode is coming out tomorrow as well, right?
Yes, that's all a part of like the winter expansion update, the gold edition and shit like that. Yeah. And it had the demo. Did you play the demo?
You know what? I popped it in for a good 10 minutes, yo. I pretty much got enough. I got enough. No, I'm fucking with it, but I just got enough of it that like, okay, yo, I see how it looks. I want the full game type of situation. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, yeah.
I just want to enjoy the full game. I just needed to see it, how it looks and runs.
Yeah, I beat that whole demo, so like I played through it. So I like it. It was, I don't know if you felt it, but I was playing on console. The left stick, I feel like his body movements when you moving like just the left stick, it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's a little awkward. Like his body movements don't feel natural with the left stick. Everything else, like with the aiming and moving the camera, felt fine, but like the way his body moved with the left stick it just looked a little bit off.
You know what? Maybe I didn't notice too much since I did play it on PC and with mouse and keyboard, so maybe I didn't really take it in. But I'll try and pay attention for the next time and see if I notice anything weird. But so far, it seemed to run nice and it was playing well on mouse and keyboard, so it seemed cool. So I played the demo just to see it and how it looked, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready for the real thing, yo. That's all I need, bro. Play for like 10 minutes. They also announced that, we got a new look at Reverse, which is gonna have crossplay and early access. I don't know who. I guess that's for the 10 people across every platform, that's gonna play this.
I don't know what they.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They keep on trying. They keep on trying.
They gotta outsource their multiplayer. Well, they do outsource their multiplayer.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know. They gotta give somebody else. Get somebody else to do it.
They keep trying. I commend them at least for that. They keep trying, bro. Like they want to get this Resident Evil multiplayer shit popping, but it's just they always fall flat though. They always fall flat. Yeah.
I might give it a try. I don't know.
So pretty much the big look was for Resident Evil 4 remake. That's like the showstopper that we got for the showcase. Yep. So, and I really enjoyed it.
Loved it.
Yes, sir. All right, what else
Loved it.
What else? Oh, the last topic that I definitely want to cover before we get out of here.
Yeah, man.
Is what's the title of this whole episode?
Game Pass. Game Pass. Got it on my PC and my Xbox. Let's go.
I definitely wanna. You know what? And I would appreciate if somebody in the chat that really fucks with us heavy will help me with the timestamps with this. I would actually really appreciate that. So if I could have a little timestamp person to help me with that, I would actually really appreciate that. So, I mean, I would. But let's talk about this whole Game Pass and the latest news that we got from Microsoft and the subscription, because this has been an ongoing conversation a long time, because people are just wondering, like, Microsoft is pouring a lot of money into Game Pass, buying these games from developers to get them in. There's no way this shit could be profitable. That's what people have been saying. And we got some comments from Phil Spencer. What was Phil saying, Jay?
So, Phil Spencer came out and pretty much said that Game Pass makes up like 15%, around 15% of their content and services revenue. And while he said he doesn't think it's going to get bigger than that, which I think is cap, and I'll explain that a little bit later, but he said that it is profitable for them at this point.
I think he gave us a percentage in when it comes to their overall gaming revenue. He gave a percentage. I believe it was 10 to 15, right?
Yep, 10 to 15% of what he feels, where that Game Pass is.
It's how much profit?
That percent of their revenue.
Is, it's Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Yeah.
So So there we have it. Like we no longer have to worry like that. As a gamer, I love the model of Game Pass.
Yeah, it was a stupid worry to begin with, like, pretty much.
So the worry that I don't think it was a stupid worry because
you don't think so?
No, because if games are like they're gonna be dishing out all this money for Game Pass, like and it's not profitable, they're gonna end up losing money. And if they're losing money, then I'm gonna look at them like, yo, they're not gonna want to invest in those big budget AAA games that we love. So what they're gonna try and invest in more is those AA or more live service games that can return a bigger profit. And I don't want that to happen. So if they're telling me that they're putting their games day one into Game Pass, including the AAA games, and it's profitable, then I don't have to worry about the AAA games. Like I don't have to worry about that being impacted because you're still profitable. You're not losing money on that side, and that's what I was concerned about. Not that I'm concerned like about their pockets. I don't give a fuck about their pockets. But as a gamer, that stuff would impact. I felt like it would impact future AAA games, especially like the single player ones and stuff like that. So I was worried about it from that point. But when he says that they're profitable. Shit, I ain't gotta worry about that no more.
Yeah. So, a lot of conversations around this about it being profitable and this and that, and watching Microsoft's pockets. And J-Man does bring up a good point. If it's gonna negatively affect the platform and they're bringing out quality games, that's where I start to care about stuff like that. So they came out and said, but I thought this was gonna dead the conversation. But now the conversation has shifted, J-Man. Oh my God, the conversation has shifted is that he lying, bro. We don't believe it. The conversation has shifted. It's shifted to that now.
And now they want to see the numbers.
They don't want to believe it. Now they want to see specifics. They want the documents.
Yeah.
To before they say they will believe this.
We're not gonna get that. We all know Microsoft ain't giving out specific numbers and shit like that. But why? Yeah. To me, why would he lie about something like this? Because investors can see stuff like this. Investors have access to these numbers and what Game Pass is making, how much they're spending money on Game Pass, and what the return is. So if he's lying to us, why would he lie to us, people who aren't really investing like the big bucks into the Xbox ecosystem and shit like that? So he wouldn't lie to us and then turn around to the investors like, yo, this shit is fucking horrible. Like, we ain't profitable at all. This shit ain't making no money. We bleeding cash. Like, this shit is bad. And then the investors will pull out. Like, the stocks will go down. So for the fact that, to me, he said it's profitable, I'm gonna take his word for it, especially before anybody on Twitter. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just gonna have to go with it.
I'll take his word for it, and then it being profitable is good. We also got some more details about the whole situation. He, like you said, he says Game Pass growth on console has slowed down. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's he said he feels like with the amount of consoles that are out now, right? That everybody who wants it pretty much got it. Do you think that is true? Do you believe believe that's the case? That's why it's slowed down.
That's cap.
All right, so let's hear it.
So to me, he was saving face right there. He was he was saying that because it's been a fucking terrible year for Xbox. So he's like, it hasn't been growing. We've reached everybody that we're going to reach. No, this has been a bad year for Xbox. If you had more games, I promise you that number will go up. Like,
I agree.
The way next year is looking, and all like more of the games that are coming out, I guarantee you that Game Pass number is going to shoot up. And what is he going to credit it to? The
quality drops,
the quality of games, the quality of drops, and the continued growth of games coming into the service, especially if Activision Blizzard goes through.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think the only reason why it's been a slow year is exactly what you said, yo. Microsoft hasn't had the strongest years this year. That's just a fact. I'm sorry to tell you, it wasn't the strongest year this year. Even just overall, the Game Pass output of quality games, like some good games came to Game Pass this year, but a lot of old games.
Yeah, shit, look how they promoting Persona 5 right now. Like, I know it's a big JRPG. That shit old, dog.
It's pretty old, yo. It's pretty old. A lot of people already played it.
Like it's a brand new game.
You know what I mean? I'm glad that the Xbox community get to play it, but that shit is pretty old. I think, like you said, when they start launching more quality drops, big quality killer apps on the Game Pass platform will continue to grow. He went on to say that the PC growth has went up insane amount, but once again, it's when you hear that, what does that really mean when we don't know what it was before?
True.
Right? So there's always that too. When they say something skyrockets 150%, right? But we don't know what it was before. It's kind of tough to see how great the growth is, but there's growth, right? So they pretty much.
But I also felt like they did a good job catering to the PC community. Like I recall on the timeline, people like, "Yo, why are they putting these like games in Game Pass, PC Game Pass that ain't even coming to consoles and shit like that?" So I do think they did at least a better job towards the PC community than they did before. So yeah, that growth to me does make sense.
Yeah. So they came out and confirmed that as well. That has slowed down. But the funny thing is, some people are scratching their heads saying that this specific comment, J-Main, that Phil Spencer came on us and came on and talked about price increases. Like he was asked by a journalist, and he was asked about, do you see price increases happen? And I think he said he did. I want to find the exact quote if you see it in front of you.
Yeah. Oh no, the exact quote.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So this is what. So there we go. I found it. This is what pretty much Phil Spencer said. He says, "We have held price on our console. We have held price on games and our subscription. I don't think we'll be able to do that forever," admits Phil Spencer. So
get your pocketbooks ready.
So for the Xbox community that were going crazy, making fun of PlayStation and other people in the industry raising their games up to $70, that's pretty much confirming $70 games is going to be a thing on Xbox as well with their new releases. That's just pretty much, it is what it is. I think people have, the market has spoken, people have accepted the price, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, game sales are still doing great at that price point, and I think it is what it is. As for Game Pass,
I even saw Gotham Knights on the PC dudes was buying that shit. I saw
Call of Duty was the top seller. $79. People have accepted it, bro. And PC gamers are the one that on Twitter, they would act like the most high and holy, that they would stand their ground. They won't play this fake news. Call of Duty was number one, J-Man. It was number one at $79. Number one.
I was looking at the Steam database numbers during the beta, and you had to like pre-order that shit for the beta. The motherfuckers, that shit was like at 50,000 live players.
Bro,
I'm like, oh yeah, y'all eating that shit up.
Yeah, they eating that up. Yeah,
so, that's all they cared about.
All of that $79. Look, the reality is that people will pay whatever price for what they want. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. If you want it, you're gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, $70. That $70 shit is not gonna stop people from buying games, especially if they really want it. It is what it is, right?
Oh, let me correct myself. Gotham Knights was 60, so
was 60. It was 60.
But right, Modern Warfare, Modern
Warfare, yeah. But as for Game Pass, I think we all knew that it was gonna stay $15 forever. I think Microsoft can't dare to raise the price this year. Of course they're going to hold on to it this year. What y'all do this year to raise the price? They're going to wait for the year.
When you think it's going up? When you think it's going to go up?
You know what? I see it going up next year. I do see it going up next year when games like Forza Motorsport enter, the Redfalls enter it, whatever Starfield starts entering it. Maybe if this Call of Duty deal goes through, like the legacy titles going, it's 100% going to go up. And I don't think, honestly, if it's worth it, what it is, it's worth it. If it's worth it, it's worth it. You know what I mean? Like, if it's worth it, it's worth it. So I'm not mad at the price going up. Hopefully, just nothing too crazy. But I think that's a given that it's gonna go up. I think that's kind of a given. Where I do not agree, where if Microsoft decides to raise the price is with hardware. I'm totally against that, bro. Yeah, because the console is about to be 2 years old. How are you gonna increase a product that's 2 years old and make it cost more when only the tech is getting more obsolete? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't like that PlayStation did that either. In most territories,
Oculus, they did that shit
I didn't like that Oculus did that either because that didn't even make sense. That shit is old too now. The Oculus 2 now, not new, and they raised that shit up quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I don't really agree with that hardware shit. If you launch a hardware at that price, the price is only supposed to go down after time, not up. That's fucking lame. That's fucking lame. So I don't want to see that. Yeah, so that's what pretty much happened. That shit, bro.
That price is gonna go up. And next year, like you said, it's gonna be a good year for them to raise that price because they looking to have a lot of shit come out next year. So it'd be perfect opportunity for them to slide that in there. And when shit started going up, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even think they're gonna get the same smoke that PlayStation did. Motherfuckers just gonna be like, yo, they waited for the economy to get better before raising prices.
They're gonna defend it, bro. That's how it goes, bro. That's how it goes, bro. Like, honestly, the way you already know how the fanboy shit, like, yo, they just criticize shit until it happens on their platform, then they're receptive to it. You know what I mean? Like they cool, like they damage control for it. It's just how it goes, bro. It's just how it goes.
Thanks.
But yeah, we got some pretty little cool tidbits from this whole thing. It's nice to see that Game Pass is profitable. So hopefully those conversations could, slow down a little bit and just enjoy the service for what it is, man. If there's a game in there you want to play,
Listen,
and go play that shit, bro.
I still don't pay for Game Pass. So for y'all boys that are paying for it, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna keep using my Microsoft
Your
Rewards
Bing?
points, my Bing searches, my little Bing quiz games and shit like that to get my points up. And I'm gonna keep on sliding through. Now, if they keep releasing games like monthly, then I might have to pay for it because I can't get enough points every month to do that shit. But if they start dropping bangers every month, I ain't gonna have no choice. So that'll be a good thing.
Yes, sir. And let's end off with CD Projekt Red announcing that the Witcher remake is being built from the ground up with Unreal Engine 5. Like honestly, CD Projekt Red might have announced like 100 games, bro. Like why not so much games, bro?
I think this was one of the games that was.
Oh, it was.
Okay, it was one of the
code names.
Yeah, one of the code names turned out to be this.
Okay, that's
so
good.
they just clarifying that this is going to be the Witcher remake. So
okay, cool.
I'm here for this. I'm here. I never played the first Witcher.
I never played it. A lot of people never played it. A lot of people got into the Witcher franchise with 3, right? A lot of people haven't played it, so I don't think this is a bad idea. Bring on the remakes of these games that are really old and the controls are not that great, and they could actually really benefit from being remade. You know what I mean? Like you can really benefit from it. So
that's all I kept hearing about those first 2 games is that they don't play well.
Don't play well at all. The combat and all of that shit is not even the greatest, and those ones too. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of new Witcher fans after 3, so hopefully they can revisit the origins of the game in the best possible light. So that's cool. That's cool.
Unreal Engine 5, shit, everybody using that engine this generation.
Yeah,
that shit about to be the standard, dog. I think even some of the like PlayStation and Xbox first party games is gonna be using that engine too.
The rumor that the Halo Infinite is gonna move on to Unreal Engine. Did you hear some shit like that?
Yeah, I heard that rumor too. I don't feel like I don't know. Do you feel? I don't feel like that engine was a problem. Like I like the engine is cool. I guess it's cool. I don't know.
You know what? Honestly, I think if it's easier to develop on the Unreal, because it's more like standardized, right? And usually Unreal is like a standardized thing in the industry. A lot of developers use it. Maybe it's probably best that they go that direction. And it's not an engine that looks bad, right? Unreal Engine looks beautiful.
We saw that Matrix demo.
We saw that Gears 5 is a beautiful showpiece too. So I'm not mad at Halo going in that way if it means that they're gonna be able to create things at a faster pace, maybe due to this engine maybe being way easier to work with than their what's it called, slip space.
Yeah,
that engine. So one of that shit. So man, but yeah, man, that's it, man. That's all the topics that we wanted to cover, man. That's all the topics we wanted to cover. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. The boys are back. Me and J Man. You know what I mean? And hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a comment and let me know what y'all think, man. You already know the dynamic duo is back. You already know what we do. Hit the like button. Subscribe to both of our channels if you haven't. You know what I mean? And we're going to have great content for you guys coming in the future. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. With that being said, J Main, we're going to make our way out.
We out, man.
And we
appreciate y'all
man.
tuning in. We out. Peace.